Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 184, The Enigma of the Antique Shop. In the heart of London, nestled between the bustling streets and hidden alleyways, stood an unassuming antique shop. Its sign, faded and weathered, read Hawthorn Co. Antiques. The shop's proprietor, Mr. Edgar Hawthorn, was a man of few words, his eyes perpetually hidden behind thick spectacles. One rainy afternoon, a young woman named Amelia stepped into the shop. She was drawn by the peculiar artifacts displayed in the dimly lit room, the tarnished pocket watches, cracked porcelain dolls, and dusty leather-bound books. But it was the ornate silver key hanging on the back wall that captured her attention. "May I help you?" Mr. Hawthorn's voice startled her. His gaze bore into her as if assessing her worthiness. Amelia pointed to the key. "What does it unlock?" "The door to another world," he replied cryptically. "A world of secrets and forgotten histories." Intrigued, Amelia purchased the key. That night, as rain tapped against her window, she inserted it into an old wooden door hidden in her attic. The door creaked open, revealing a narrow staircase leading downward. She descended, her heart pounding. At the bottom she found herself in a dimly lit chamber filled with ancient manuscripts, maps, and peculiar artifacts. A single oil lamp flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Amelia's eyes widened as she realized the truth. The antique shop was a mere facade. This was the heart of Hawthorn Co., where forbidden knowledge lay hidden. Among the manuscripts she discovered a faded letter, written in elegant script. It spoke of a lost treasure, the sapphire serpent, a gem said to grant immortality. The letter hinted at its location, an abandoned manor on the outskirts of London. Driven by curiosity and a thirst for adventure, Amelia embarked on a quest. She deciphered cryptic clues, piecing together a map that led her to a manor. The rain-soaked grounds echoed with whispers of the past. Ivy-clad walls concealed secrets, and the air smelled of damp earth and decay. Inside, she encountered traps, a floor that gave way, a room filled with venomous snakes, and a riddle-guarded chamber. Each challenge brought her closer to the sapphire serpent, but she wasn't alone. A shadowy figure trailed her, always just out of sight. As she reached the heart of the manor, she found the gem, a mesmerizing blue stone encased in a silver serpent's mouth. But the shadowy figure emerged, a man with piercing eyes and a scar across his cheek. He revealed himself as Victor Blackwood, a rival antiquarian seeking the same prize. "You think immortality is a gift?" Victor sneered. "It's a curse. I've seen centuries pass, loved and lost, while the world changed around me." Amelia hesitated. The choice was hers, to take the gem or leave it, but Victor lunged, and they grappled. The sapphire serpent slipped from its pedestal, falling into the abyss below. Amelia caught Victor's hands, saving him from the same fate. Together they climbed back to safety. The gem was lost, but their lives were spared. Back in the antique shop, Mr. Hawthorn awaited her return. His eyes held an ancient wisdom. "You chose wisely," he said. "Immortality is not for mortals." Amelia nodded, realizing that some secrets were best left buried. She returned the silver key, its purpose fulfilled. And so the antique shop continued its enigmatic existence, offering glimpses into hidden worlds. As for Amelia, she left with a newfound respect for the mysteries that bound humanity, a thrilling tale etched into her memory forever. Amelia's encounter with Victor Blackwood left her shaken. The manor's secret still haunted her dreams, the sapphire serpent slipping from her grasp, Victor's scarred face etched in her memory. Days turned into weeks, and Amelia returned to her mundane life. But the antique shop beckoned. Mr. Hawthorn's eyes seemed to follow her, urging her back to the hidden chamber. She wondered if he knew more than he let on. One evening, as rain pattered against her window, Amelia found herself back at Hawthorn Co. The bell above the door tinkled, and Mr. Hawthorn appeared, his expression unreadable. "You seek answers," he said, leading her to a dusty tome. Its pages crackled as he turned them, revealing a map, a different map, older and more intricate than the ones she'd deciphered before. "This," Mr. Hawthorn whispered, "is the true path to the sapphire serpent, but beware, it leads not to immortality, but to betrayal." The map depicted treacherous terrain, the whispering marshes, the hollow hills, and the veiled forest. Amelia traced her finger along the faded ink lines. She had no choice but to follow them. Her journey took her to forgotten places. The marshes were voices, whispered secrets. The hills were shadows, danced, and the forests where time stood still. Each step brought her closer to the truth. Victor resurfaced too. He claimed redemption, swore he sought only knowledge, but Amelia saw the hunger in his eyes, the same hunger that drove her. They formed an uneasy alliance, bound by fate and the promise of the sapphire serpent. As they delved deeper, they encountered guardians, ancient beings who tested their resolve. The marsh whisperer demanded a sacrifice, a cherished memory. Victor offered a childhood love, Amelia, her mother's lullaby. The hills echoed with their playing. In the veiled forest, they faced the ultimate test, a mirror that revealed their true selves. Victor's reflection showed greed and ambition, Amelia's compassion and longing. The mirror whispered, "Choose wisely." Amelia hesitated. Victor lunged, shattering the mirror. His reflection bled into the reality, a fractured soul, seeking wholeness. He seized the shards, eyes wild. "Immortality awaits." But Amelia understood. The sapphire serpent wasn't about living forever. It was about embracing mortality. She stepped into the mirror's remnants, merging with her for reflection. Victor screamed as the forest consumed him. Amelia emerged whole, the serpent's gem pulsing in her hand. She returned to the antique shop where Mr. Hawthorn awaited. His eyes held pride. "You chose well," he said. "The serpent grants wisdom, not eternity." Amelia nodded. She glimpsed eternity, the cost of betrayal. She placed the gem back on its pedestal, sealing the hidden chamber forever. As for Victor, his fractured soul wandered the whispering marshes, a cautionary tale for those who sought forbidden knowledge. And so Hawthorn Co. continued its enigmatic existence, offering glimpses into hidden worlds. Amelia left, her heart heavy with secrets, the thrill of adventure, the sting of betrayal, and the wisdom of choice. Vocabulary notes: unassuming, adjective, definition, not attracting attention, modest or plain. Context: the antique shop appeared as assuming from outside, but it held hidden secrets within. Proprietor, noun. Definition: the owner or manager of a business. Context: Mr. Edgar Hawthorn, the proprietor of Hawthorn Co. Antiques, had an air of mystery about him. Cryptically, adverb. Definition: in a mysterious or secretive manner. Context: Mr. Hawthorn's cryptic response about the silver key intrigued Amelia. Ornate, adjective. Definition: elaborately decorated or adorned. Context: the silver key on the back wall was ornate with intricate engravings. Deciphered, verb. Definition: to figure out or interpret something difficult or coded. Context: Amelia deciphered the cryptic clues to find the location of the sapphire serpent. Facade, noun. Definition: the outward appearance or front of a building. Context. The antique shop's unassuming facade concealed its true purpose. Forbidden. Adjective. Definition. Not allowed, prohibited. Context. The hidden chamber held forbidden knowledge in ancient manuscripts. Intrigue. Verb. Definition. To arouse curiosity or interest. Context. The artifacts in the shop intrigued Amelia, leading her on a quest. Eerie. Adjective. Definition. Strange and unsettling, often associated with a sense of fear. Context. The dimly lit chamber felt eerie, with shadows dancing on the walls. Rival. Noun. Definition. A competitor or opponent. Context. Victor Blackwood, another antiquarian, became Amelia's rival in the search for the sapphire serpent. Story written by Copilot AI. Images created by Copilot AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. I thank you.